Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing good. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the process of how I do cinematics in DBFZ. So getting straight into it, the first part is going to be completely optional. I'm just going to be showing you guys how to install a program called Reshade. It lets you use post-processing effects in your game, which will make the cinematics just look a little bit better. And I'll also be showing you guys quickly how to install a green screen stage mod to get those green screen cinematics you usually see in my edits. First off, what you want to do is go into the description and go to this website right here, reshade.me, and you're going to want to hit download, and then download Reshade 4.9 and save the setup file, and then you're going to want to run it. And then it's going to ask you to select the game, and you're going to want to go to your DBFZ folder, which I have mine. Steam apps, common, DBFZ, red, binaries, Win64, and then this application right here, you want to double click that, and then it's going to ask you which API it uses. The DBFZ uses OpenGL, so you want to click that. Then I already have it installed, so I'm just going to hit update, and then in here you're going to want to hit uncheck all and then check all, and then scroll down and uncheck legacy standard effects, and then you want to hit OK. It's gonna download all the post-processing effects, and then boom, you're done. So now that you have Reshade installed, you want to download this preset file right here I have pre-configured for DBFZ. To install this preset, all you have to do is go to your DBFZ folder, to the place where you installed Reshade, and you want to copy this and just paste it in there. And then now you have the preset file installed. Now the last optional step is to install the green screen stage. To download it, go to this link in the description and scroll down to download. And then once you hit that, it will take you to this webpage right here, and then just hit download again and save it wherever you want to. And then once you have that, we're going to want to go to the DBFZ mod manager. If you haven't set up the DBFZ mod manager, I show how to do that in my DBFZ screenshot tool setup video, which I'll have linked in the description too. So just run that, and then to install it, you just want to hit install mod, and then double click the archive file that you downloaded, and then it'll say mod successfully installed. And then to have the mod active, just make sure you check whichever one you want to have active currently. If you want the green screen stage, check this checkbox. If you want the blue screen stage, just check this checkbox. And to load it, just make sure you select the West City stage in the stage selection screen. So now that we have everything set up, I'm gonna quickly run through Reshade's interface. So to bring up the Reshade menu, you want to hit the home button on your keyboard. If it's your first time running through it, it'll pop up with a tutorial. You can either read through it or skip through it, it doesn't really matter. But to apply the preset you installed, you want to go up here and click, and it'll come up with a drop down menu, and you want to double click on the DBFZ Reshade.ini preset, and it will automatically apply the effects to your game. So as you can see, I have the effects disabled right now, but when I re-enable them, you can see it applies a little bit of depth of field. I also have some anti-aliasing a little bit there, some sharpen, and then I also have a little bit of ambient occlusion. If you want, you can go through all these effects, play around with each of them, see if you can make anything cool with it. I like to keep my preset simple, just for what I need, but I definitely recommend you play around with the settings and stuff like that and see whatever you can cook up with that. Alright, so first, before we go into making cinematics, we want to change a few settings in Cheat Engine to make our cam path just a little bit smoother. So you want to go into Edit, Settings, Hotkeys, and change these two values right here to 0. This makes it so when we're using our hotkeys, there's not a huge delay between each hotkey use. And then once we have that done, we want to go through each position and set a hotkey for an increase and a decrease. I already have mine set up, and I'll just go through each one so you can get an idea, or you can just copy my settings because I pretty much found these keybinds are what works best for me. So find whatever works best for you. Set hotkeys, all you want to do is right click and hit set/change hotkeys, and you should already have hotkeys set up, but if you don't, all you have to do is hit create hotkey, hit whatever hotkey you want to set it to, hit decrease value with, set a value, and then do the same for increase value, and you should be good. So I have my X position set to Z and C. I have my Y set to X and S. I have my Z set to D and A. I have the yaw set to Q and E. And I have the pitch set to Alt and spacebar. My rotation set to F and G. And then the field of view I have set to V and B. So now that we have hotkey set up, you might have or might have not noticed, but I use really small values for my keybinds. You can see right here I use 0.025. Right here I use 0.005, stuff like that. And the reason for this is because if you were to use really large values like 1 or 2, then the camera would start to jitter a lot, and I mean a lot. I can give you guys an example. If I were to do this, something like that, you can see the jittering a lot. Definitely would not look good in edit, and that is the reason why I use small values. If I did the same thing with really small values, you can see it's a lot smoother. Now this is pretty much the only downside. It goes really slow. You can bump up the values a bit more, but I use those really small values so that when I speed up the footage and slow it down, I get that really smooth slowdown in my edits. So that's why I use those small values. But if you're not doing any slowdown, then you can bump up the values, which I would probably recommend so you're not wasting as much time. Perfect, now everything is ready for you to start making cinematics. I could go into detail about stuff like the rule of thirds, keeping balance/symmetry, and stuff like the 180-degree rule, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just gonna keep things simple and give you guys kind of like a rule of thumb. Make sure there's a focus and purpose to your cinematic. Just don't do random stuff where you can't see any of the characters, stuff like that. That would definitely not make a good cinematic. And you can also look at my previous edits just to get inspired with some of my angles and shots, stuff like that. Look at popular movies to get an idea of more professional cinematic work. But other than that, I will show you guys a few examples of some basic shots/angles just to get you started and give you guys some ideas as how the process is. Alright, so here I have kind of like a ground level shot, and I have Frieza as the focus, and you can see I have Goku's leg kind of like in the foreground being blurred out, and this is me decreasing the Z value and increasing the yaw value. Alright, so here we have Frieza being the focus again, and it's kind of like a over the shoulder shot, and this is me increasing the Z value and decreasing the yaw value. And right here we have a simple overhead shot of me panning over the stage, pretty simple stuff, and this is me increasing the X value. And here's also a pretty simple zoom in shot of Frieza, And this is me increasing the X, decreasing the Z, and increasing the yaw. And then as for the last example, I have kind of Goku hitting Frieza and having them both in the shot, with both of them being the focus. And this is me increasing the pitch, decreasing the Z value, and increasing the yaw. And that's pretty much it. If you're struggling to make cinematics, I hope this video has helped in any way. I want to say thank you all for the support on my work lately. I do have big things coming up in the future, so follow my Twitter, link in the description. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace.